All right, so what's up guys? So we found the secret path into the industry, and it's basically a cheat code for getting placements and making great connections. So over the past years with Producer Grind, we have got the opportunity to work with legendary producers. I'm talking Metro Boomin, Sonny Digital, Zaytoven, Hit Boy, Boy Wonder, and as y'all know, the list goes on. And it's really pretty crazy to think about it, because when you go back to when we started, we were just some random producers trying to make a few beats for artists. We had no real industry relationships, no podcasts, no kits, and honestly, trying to send out beats without having any type of real connections was pretty hard. So that's why we wanted to create something that helped bridge the gap between industry and bedroom producers. And that's where Trap Genesis comes in. So after thousands of sessions, studios, podcasts, cookups, we decided to take all the knowledge that we have got from interviewing the best producers, watching the best producers in their cookups, to create the ultimate production suite for producers that's trying to get placements in the music industry. And I know I say that all the time, but I'm gonna get right into this pack and show you why this shit is so fire. So first I want to talk about the main melody collection, which is going to include over 120 melody loops and a bunch of different styles. And for your information, these are all 100% royalty free. So in the melodies folder, we have the Cyber collection, the Emotions collection, guitar, R&B, trap, and vintage. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the most exciting ones, which is probably gonna be the trap ones. That look ready to go. That's some Roddy Ricch, Gunna, that's fire. Now I'm gonna play 2 loops out of the vintage collection. Hold on. Because it's kid, like I said, it's a full production suite. So this comes with drums, it comes with MIDIs, it comes with one shots. I'm gonna throw this to the bottom real quick, just to keep that there. But let's go ahead and play another vintage melody out the collection. All right, so I'm gonna play 2 loops out of the R&B collection. That's Drake all day. And one thing I want to note in this production suite is how y'all have full creativity. And the reason why I say that is because you have the stems to every individual sound. You could literally mix up different stems from another loop, and now you got a whole other different loop that you could probably send out for placements. And guess what? It's royalty free, so we're not gonna hunt you down for some cold pub, my brother. You keep all of it. And what I just played is a very, very small percentage of all the melodies that come in this collection. We have, of course, the guitar collection, the Emotion collection, the Cyber collection, and we got a whole other hip hop collection here. But let's get into the next part of this kit that I really love. If we supplied you with over 120 melodies, it was only right to give you a fire drum kit. You need to have fire drums to go with melodies. So let's go ahead and get into these drums. So in this drum kit collection, we have claps, hi-hats, kicks, open hats, percussion, rims, and snares. I'm gonna go ahead and just play some of my favorite drums out of here. Now, I would definitely say the kicks and the snare folder, probably my favorite folders. And I want you to notice something. Notice how all the drums are crispy and they are clear. Want to know why that is? Because they're already mixed. We have our best sound designers that make these drums, and they make it industry standard. That means when you get these drums, you don't have to throw all that extra compression. You don't have to downgrade the drums. We already did that for you. And that's just making your job easier so you can make the beat and send it off for placements. I have put in a lot of hours doing beat reviews, and I know that you can give somebody the sounds, but they still might be a little iffy on what to do with it. And that's why we want to give y'all the next tool that's very valuable, and that's drum loops and drum MIDIs. So we have a drum loop collection, and this drum loop collection doesn't just pertain to hip hop. We have Afro, boom bap, drill, Jersey, live, and trap. So let me go ahead and play some of my favorite drum loops out of this collection. Tim's all day. And like I said, you as the producer should be able to get full creativity of all these sounds. So these drum loops do come with the loop stem. So if you want to take the kick out, or you're not really messing with the open hat, or if you want to put the open hat in another drum loop that you heard in this pack, you could do that because you have full control of it. Now this folder right here is the hi-hat loop and MIDI collection. Now we provided you the hi-hat loop so you could just drag into the playlist like this and just stretch it. And you can do this in any DAW. Or you got the hi-hat MIDIs, which is personally my favorite because I could change up some notes, put them up and down, or play with the velocity. You just have more control with the MIDI that way. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some of my favorite hi-hat loops. I like this one because it's not just a hi-hat. It's kind of like a percussion loop with a hi-hat, you know what I'm saying? It just gives it a little more swing and a little bit more groove. And you're gonna hear that as you go through the rest of these hi-hat loops yourself. Now, one thing that I learned interviewing a lot of producers, and a lot of producers on the podcast talk about, is adding that ear candy to your drums. This is gonna give you that groove, that swing, that really, you know what I'm saying, goes with the melody, gives it that pocket. And percussion loops is honestly one of my favorite sounds to make personally. So I'm gonna just go ahead and play some of my favorite percussion loops in here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them underneath a couple of these melodies so you kind of hear how it's so easy to catch a groove and catch a pocket with these percussion loops. See what I mean? So let's say you're a beginner producer, you hear this loop, but you don't really know what direction to go with the bounce. I just threw a percussion loop in here and this just gave me a ton of bounce ideas. So what I'm actually gonna do is, I'm gonna go back to the hi-hat collection and I'm gonna just throw a hi-hat in here and see if it can complement with the percussion and the melody. Perfect. Now, all you could do is just chop and play a little bit. So I'm gonna just cut this little part out, you know, shout out to FL gang. So I'm gonna just duplicate and make kind of like a little roll right here. I could just repeat that. That whole process right there literally took maybe 60 seconds and I already got a super groove going. Let me go back to the drums and just add like a kick or something with it. So for the most part, that is what the drums and the percussions has to offer in this kit. But let's say you're a guy who you love loops, but you want to add more to the melody, or you just want to be that guy that can add more to the melody, or you want to make your own melodies from scratch. This kit also comes with a one-shot collection, a MIDI collection, so you can make melodies, fast ideas with the MIDIs. And it also comes with my favorite, accent, phrases, and textures. So don't get me wrong, this melody, personally, I feel like this melody is hitting on a 10 out of 10, but I'm gonna go into the accent, phrase, and texture folder, and I'm gonna just see if I can find some type of ear candy or just anything that I could throw on top of here to just give more good smoothing sound to the melody. That sound fire. It's not doing too much, but it just added a whole bunch of ear candy in the back to make the beat just sound that good. So I'm gonna go ahead and play some of my favorite textures and accents and phrases out of this. It's a reason why this is named, this is TV favorite, because this is my favorite. This is damn near a melody. You can sample this. This kit is really basically full of ideas. And you're probably wondering, TB, what's that weird sound that's in the textures and the accents? Like, why does it sound glitchy? That's because most of these texture, accents, and phrases are made with real gear. It's made with guitar pedals, it's made with synths, it's made with analog and digital processors. That's why they sound like that. We're giving you the best quality times 10,000 sounds. All right, so these are some of my favorite phrases. I promise you, all I'm doing is just re-looping it. That's literally a whole melody itself. That's fire. That's something I would put underneath like a Drake melody or something. crazy. So those are pretty much the main categories in this kit, but you already know we got tons of bonuses. So the first bonus we have that comes with this is the Legacy Collection. Now, as you know, we're almost coming up on 10 years with ProducerGrind. So we wanted to take every fire sound out of all our packs. We have dropped over 100 packs. We want to take every fire sound out of those packs and put it in one big pack for you and call it the Legacy Collection. So you just don't get Trap Genesis of new sounds, you also get our best sounds from over the last 10 years. So the second bonus is a $50 ProducerGrind gift card. So we're literally giving you like $50 cash back if you really think of it that way. So the third bonus is we're hosting a Trap Genesis beat battle that will be open for anyone to enter. So all you need to do is use the Trap Genesis beta pack. So even if you can't afford the Trap Genesis production suite, you can still participate in the Trap Genesis beat battle. For the grand prize, we want to do something really crazy. So we talked to some of the big industry producers that we have done podcasts and cook-ups with and convinced them to do a beat collab with the winner of the beat battle. So the grand prize winner will get a chance to work with a ton of industry producers, which I'm not going to tell you right now. We're going to keep it a surprise, but just know we're cooking up something big here. And on top of that, we're going to be flying out the first place winner to Atlanta with a studio session with ProducerGrind and a chance to be featured on our ProducerGrind YouTube channel. So after you download the beta pack, make sure you go enter the Trap Genesis beat battle at the link on the page. All right, so that's it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all cook up with the Trap Genesis beta pack, but I'm pretty sure I convinced you to what's really important here, you know what I mean? With that being said, I'll see y'all guys later.